वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते. So we'll chant all the, as you have seen all these things, so that it becomes easier. साधन चतुष्टय संपन्न अधिकारिणां मोक्ष साधन भूतं तत्त्वविवेक प्रकारं वक्ष्यामः. साधन चतुष्टयं किं नित्यानित्य वस्तु विवेकः इहामुत्रार्थ फलभोग विरागः समाधि षट्क संपत्तिः मुमुक्षुत्वं च इति. नित्यानित्य वस्तु विवेकः कः? नित्य वस्तु एकं ब्रह्म तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वं अनित्यम्. अयमेव नित्यानित्य वस्तु विवेकः. विराग कः? इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यं. समाधि षट्क संपत्तिः का? शमदम उपरमः तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति. शमः कः? मनोनिग्रहः. दमः कः? चक्षुः आदि बाह्य इंद्रिय निग्रहः. So up to this we have seen so far. As we have been discussing this point very carefully, that in order to do self-inquiry, in order to know one's own self, the person must have some qualifications. And when it talks about qualification, the first qualification, as we discussed, called viveka. So no translation will be given because you are acquainted with this word. Then comes vairagya or viraga. But when this viraga is not, let us say, followed by or supported by viveka, definitely that viraga or vairagya will have problem. That is how it happens to many people. So here, if that is not there, no problem. Even though, one after another you need to look at. So you need to develop inner wealth, sampati, and which is sixfold. So which starts with shamaha. That we have seen very carefully is not mind control, but it is mastery over your mind, managing your way of thinking. In fact, being friendly with your mind, you need to calm down your mind. So this is calming down or making your mind to be available for yourself is called shamaha at any moment. But unfortunately, this shamaha is not that easy. Mind is not going to calm down by itself. And moreover, when you try to do something, that fellow becomes more stronger. So what to do? That's why he said, go for damaha. So when mind is not calming down, mind is not listening to you. So what you need to do there is go for Dhamma. That's why even though it's a process, I am just trying to look at it from the standpoint of a seeker, from the standpoint of a sadhaka. That's why I am approaching in a reverse method. So here, when you look for Dhamma, so Dhamma means restricting, controlling your sense organs, especially organs of perceptions. It's exactly like a tortoise. When a tortoise senses some fear, what does the tortoise do? Withdraws all the limbs, including the head, inside. And the cover is so thick, nothing happens. So here, if you want to protect yourself, and there is a turbulence in your mind, and of course the mind wants to go out and create a further turbulence, so that you are busy, and more you are busy and engaged and engrossed, mind is happy. So there we say, take the help of, or try to look at this tortoise. Learn to withdraw, learn to close literally all the gates of you. So when all the sense organs is shut down one after another or simultaneously, no problem. Then what happens? Mind will not have much choice. Yes, there will be some type of fight, but because you have decided, you have given some space, definitely, slowly, mind will start listening to you. You can say, yes, all these things fantastic, but not that easy. In fact, the moment I decide to close my eyes, all sort of wrong thoughts comes, all sort of appointments pops up. In fact, everything comes when I close my eyes. That's why in meditation, I am more disturbed than keeping my eyes. That's why I prefer to keep my eyes open all the time. That's why I prefer to do open eye meditation, walking meditation. You understand? Because where I don't have any issue. That's why I love all these things. I love bhajan to dance. I love everything because I know myself. But here, teacher says, don't worry. Go for third one. What is the third one? It says, Uparama kaha swadharma anushtanam eva. So what is Uparama? Generally, Uparama is also compared to Shama, calming your mind. Because the word Uparama has got many or different types of meanings. To calm down your mind called Uparama, like Shama, but there is a little difference. Shama is when mind is disturbed, there is a turbulence. So you work on to calm down. That is called Shama. And maintaining that calmness is called Uparama. This is one meaning we look at Uparama. Other meaning of Uparama also is called Sannyasa. A sannyasi, a renunciate also is Uparama. Means Uparami they say, we call Uparami. Means the person who has withdrawn completely. The person who is very calm. But here the author gives a new beautiful point. So that we need to look at. Very systematic approach in keeping with Shama, Dhamma, Uparama. So contextually we need to look at, and author gives a beautiful point. So what he says, that here is not that what we spoke. Here is Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. Please understand, this is called common way of looking at Uparama, the earlier ones. So when mind is disturbed or there is a turbulence in mind, Definitely, what you will do, you will try to run away or shut down yourself, close yourself. Let us say with reference to a person or with reference to any situation. So when there is a turbulence, there is disturbance, what you will do? What is the natural tendency? Natural tendency is to keep a distance. So that means what? Dhamma, perfect, matches. Then after that what happens? If you look at what you do, generally, so you will work on how to maintain that calmness. You will pretend as though nothing has happened. So, but you cannot do that. It's not that easy. So when you work on as though nothing has happened, what generally you do? You keep yourself engaged in various ways. And you will be shocked and surprised to know, this is the problem here. You get engaged in different ways, various ways, that is related to your disturbance. You think that you are engaged differently to handle your disturbance. In fact, you are strengthening your disturbance without your knowledge. In fact, you are always postponing your disturbance. Can you see this point? So always you postpone your disturbance. That's why you make more and more complicated your life. This is what happens for everybody if you are not careful or clear. So here is not talking that sort of Uparama. That's why I took away the first two meanings. The first common meaning is not required here. Here is the third meaning is being given here, called Swadharma Anushtanam Eva. So Swadharma Anushtanam Eva means, if we translate that as we have given, it is only performance of one's own duty. Now question may arise. That's why they look at common way what you do. You do not do one's own duty. What is to be done you don't do. But you do to calm down your mind, to divert your mind. Can you see the point? When there is disturbance, you do what? To calm down your mind, to maintain your calmness, or to divert your mind. So in the process you start learning to ignore. But here we say that is not healthy at all. In fact, that is more dangerous. You are allowing the cancerous virus to be pushed in a corner so that it can grow safely without your knowledge. So here we say very carefully, do Swadharma Anushtanam. So what is dharma? As you know very well. Wherever the word dharma comes, this is a big confusing word. So dharma, this especially this religious people, and because please understand, all the religious terminology that is being used for Hinduism is not acceptable. All English terminology is wrong. Do you know why? Because the Britishers came to India. This is my, target. Nothing. No, I don't have any other choice. And who they came? They came with a Bible and destroyed all terminology. And some of our brainless Swamijis and philosophers also subscribe to that idea. So dharma means religion. And of course our favorite, the stupid fellow who was father of nation called. So he made what? India is a secular country. Dharma niravaksha. Yeah, dharma has nothing to do with religion. This is called, half-brainy people. No brain at all, I can say. Dharma has nothing to do with religion. This is a wrong translation because purposefully these Britishers translated because of missionary background to divide the dharma. Means religion. Dharma means karma. You have to understand very carefully. Wherever the word dharma comes, close your eyes. Look at the word karma. Karma means that is to be done. So we do not have dharma. Please understand. Hindu is not a dharma. Hindu is not a religion. This brainless people made it as Hinduism is a religion. It is a way of life. Please understand, religion means you have to impose. Religion means there is violence. Without violence, is there any religion? Give me a single religion which has flourished or really has come up without violence. Name me a single religion. Whether it is Buddhism, of course Christianity, Sikhism, any ism you name, Jainism, any religion you name it, please understand there has to be violence. Without violence there is no religion, and if this is the case, then how can you call that is dharma? But nicely they brainwashed us in such a way so that we all are confused. So that's why he says dharma means karma. Swakarma anushtanam eva, please understand. So when it says swakarma, so how do you know what is your karma, your duty? There Veda comes to the forefront. The Veda becomes a pramana. But to divert the Veda, to remove the Vedic knowledge, so they translated dharma means religion. So the religious people will subscribe you, or religious people will tell you what you should do, what you should not do. You understand? So it becomes easier for them to brainwash everybody. So that's why here, when you say swakarma, please understand, in short, Veda highlights that there are 5 types of karma. We have discussed in many occasions. Because these are the basic things we need to understand, or else everything will go other way around, will be another escapist. So Veda highlights all actions put together into 5 categories. You cannot think of more than this. That's why, what is Veda? The scripture. Please understand, what is Shastra? We say that avadhita, it cannot be negated. Whatever is talked in the scripture cannot be negated. Even if you try your best, your logical mind or anything cannot be negated. If it is subject to negation, it is not scripture. That's why in Veda there is no amendment. Please understand, I am very careful and clear while talking this point. At the same time, anadhigata, the subject matter must not be available anywhere. Whereas in other so-called scriptures, whatever religious scriptures they talk, already it is there before in other places. Then how can you say this is a scripture, exclusive scripture? And at the same time, it should be jnana janakam. It should create the knowledge, it should give knowledge, but it should not impose. So here we need to be really very careful in this regard. Please mute, okay? Whoever, please mute always. Thank you. So what you need to do here, you have to be really careful that when this scripture talks, so there are 5 types of, that's why Veda talks 5 types of karma. So one is nitya karma, you can quickly write it down. Nitya karma. Second one is naimitika karma. Okay? Nitya, naimitika. Then comes kamya karma. Then after kamya karma comes prayaschita karma. Then finally comes nishiddha karma. So I will give the translation. Nitya karma, the karma, the duties, the actions that are to be done daily without any fail. The actions that are to be done every day. Like taking shower, for example. That too in the morning, not in the evening, okay? So taking shower is a nitya karma. By doing that, you do not gain anything. By doing nitya karma, you will not gain anything. But if you don't do, you will incur a lot of problem, papa. Like shower. If you take a shower, you are not going to gain any benefit. But if you don't take a shower, not only you will stink, also other will start running away. You understand? The direct result impact. So the nitya karma, by performing nitya karma, you don't gain anything. But by not doing, you will incur a lot of papas. Means your mind will go down, lot of problem will come up. So to maintain your energy, if you want to talk of energy, if you want to talk about calmness, to maintain your calmness, to maintain your mind, your thinking, you need to keep doing nitya karma. Then after nitya karma comes naimitika karma, occasionally, for a specific reason, for a nimitta, you need to do. Like for example, anniversary, or on special days, special puja. Different, for a occasion you need to do. Please understand, that is also to be done. If you do, definitely you will get punyam. If you don't do, also is okay. But definitely there will be some complications. So if you do, you will get some benefits. So that's why naimittika karma is to be done. Then comes kamya karma. Kamya karma means keeping a desire in mind. In order to achieve something in mind, you need to do. So Veda says, whether you want to have a child, you can do these rituals. You want to go to heaven, you can do these rituals. You can do you can really get this post, that post, this thing, that thing. You can do all these things. So for a specific desire, you can do certain work. So that through that you get maturity. That is called kamya karma. Then comes prayaschita karma. So prayaschita means the karma that is meant for if you have done some mistake. To nullify those mistakes, you need to do certain rituals, certain actions. If you want to talk, like asking for forgiveness to somebody. I am sorry. Start with that, okay? You understand? So there are many ways, many actions. That is called prayaschita karma. And the final is called nishiddha karma. We say nishiddha karma means this is called forbidden. You do certain action to achieve something, and in result you want to put others in trouble, means to boss over, to control. So your action will create a problem for others. You are happy, for your happiness sake you put others in trouble. That is called nishiddha karma. If you want to take the example of like smoking, I don't want to go to Veda has talks a lot elaborately, okay? Like smoking. So by smoking, you are happy. But while smoking, the smoke not only creates a problem in your surrounding, also later on for you. So that is called nishiddha karma. So if you look at all the details, the karma theory, or whatever action you do in your day-to-day life, all action will come under these 5 categories. There is no 6th category. So here he says, for a sadhaka, of course, nishiddha karma, the last one, is not allowed. And of course, prayaschita karma, there is no need. Then comes kamya karma, having a specific desire to get something and you do it, that is also not required. So that means what the person should do here, focuses on nitya and naimittika. And while focusing on the first 2 category, nitya and naimittika, other three karmas to be reduced. Can you see the process? Out of 5, the first 2 to be focused, to be continued, and last 3 to be reduced as much as possible. So when you start reducing last 3 as much as possible, automatically what happens? You can say that is called swadharma anushtanam eva. Then only your mind is matured, mind is available for yourself. It is not running away from anybody. We don't believe in running away. So that's why what you need to do here is to make sure that you are doing what is to be done, number 1. whether it is Nitya or Naimitika put together, and all other three karmas start reducing. Because more you do kamya karma, means for a specific desire, to achieve something, to gain something, then again what happens? You have to think of maintaining. Achieving is not a big thing. Maintaining is a very painful thing. So what is the guarantee that you will be able to maintain? Then again when you cannot maintain, again back to the square. That's why the more you climb up, when you fall down, the fall is more painful. And that's why kamya karma to be avoided. And of course prayaschitta karma, because while you do something wrong, while kamya karma, there will be a lot of mistake. When you do something with for a desired object, definitely you will make some mistake. Then again you have to do nullify all sort of things. Why to be done? Then finally comes what? Okay, now I am angry. Now I want to take a challenge. I want to destroy this person, that person. Let me do this, let me do that. Or if nothing happens, let me destroy myself. That is also not required either. Okay, I understand now, even though it is not that easy. Nitya Naimittikam, that's why a sadhaka has a specific things to do every day. That we will discuss some other time. Then okay, fine. Suppose I cannot do, what to do? Is the next you have to look at. So what is the next? Titiksha ka. In answer, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhade Sahishnutvam. So here it says, if you are not able to manage gracefully this Uparama, because managing Titiksha gracefully is an art, is maturity. Everybody does with murmuring. The best example is in winter morning to take shower. And that too, if you are a countryside, no electricity. Imagine. You have to boil with the firewood and wait the hot water to come. You have to waste a few buckets, then come. Just imagine this concept, okay? How painful is it? Not that you will not do, but with a lot of murmuring, okay? And of course the chances will be given so you can take a sponge bath, okay? So here what I am trying to say is, so you do sometime with a lot of murmuring. He says that is not healthy either. So that's why he says you need to go for a titiksha. So titiksha means, you can look at this point, that endurance and forbearance both. So endurance of cold and heat, then comes forbearance or patience with reference to pain and pleasure. You need to look at in two steps. So titiksha is that enduring cold and heat physically and mentally, forbearing, developing patience with reference to pain and pleasure. We say every human being is born with adhi and vyadhi. So vyadhi, you know, vyadhi means physical pain, what we call as a disease. Adhi means mental agony, mental pain. We all are born with adhi and vyadhi. There is not a single person who is free from Adhi and Vyadhi. Unless you write autobiography wrongly, coloring only beautiful side of you. You understand? Everybody has got Adhi and Vyadhi. So when you have mental agony, also you have physical pain. What choice you have? Until and unless increasing your threshold. We say pain is not called a pain as long as it is in the limit of threshold. If you are able to tolerate a pain and that is under your control, under your threshold, can you call that as a pain? That's why yesterday what was painful for you, today may not be painful. That is what happens. So what you should do, when pain comes, are you supposed to increase the threshold or keep shifting it? So here we say Titiksha means what? Increasing your threshold. That's why we start studying Puranas. Because if we look at, we do not blame anybody, not like any other religion. I'm sorry to bring religious thing, no choice. Like when we study Ramayana, we look at Rama, even if such a great personality, he had his mental agony, he had Adi. Especially when Sita was being kidnapped, his wife. And he had also some Vyadhi sometime, which is not talked much. So that means if Rama was having Adi and Vyadhi, what to talk of me? I am just a common person. If Krishna was having Adi, Vyadhi means you can say different physical pain with reference to war and killing and whatnot. What to talk of me? That's why we listen to all the things. I'll take maximum 2 more minutes. So Adi and Vyadhi always are there with everybody. And if it is in my life, what is wrong in it? So instead of complaining, instead of getting rid, or instead of changing my attitude with reference to Adi and Vyadhi, what I need to do? I need to extend my threshold. Can you see the difference? So that is called Titiksha. In Vivek Chudaman will be talked in it details in elaborately. Chinta vilapa rahitam. Without any worries and anxieties, without any lamentation. So here it says very nicely that you need to endure the Sita and Ushna with the cold, or with reference to cold, the difficulties, with reference to heat, the difficulties. Means don't complain, oh okay, this is not working, let me change it. How long can you keep changing it? You cannot. And time will come, please understand, if you keep changing, time will come, do you know what? You will be unwanted. Neither you will have strength to change. Same thing also mentally. That aspect called here, that with reference to dukkha and sukha, pain and pleasure. Yes, if there is pain, extend your threshold. Work on to extend your threshold. Don't shorten your threshold. You understand what I am trying to say? What we do when there is a pain, we take a painkiller. So by taking painkiller, yes, it works perfectly, but how long? So that is called here Titiksha, to extend, to expand your threshold of endurance and forbearance. Okay, it's not that easy, whatever you are talking. Then what to do? Don't worry. If that doesn't work, next one is what? Shraddha. And what is that? We'll talk tomorrow. Please close your eyes.